4 years back, we started our journey on NDC. I'm very happy to say we finally hit our double-digit numbers. We are not as advanced in numbers as our European peers or some carriers in the Far East. However, in the markets we play in, we are hitting those double-digit numbers, and that too comes without content differentiation. So it's been a journey, but it's been a very rewarding journey so far. That was a great learning. Launching domestic fares, domestic NDC-only exclusive pricing for our customers. So it was a great win. Now, as a RM guy, revenue management person who's been in the business for about 24 years, just doing revenue management, not knowing anything else, sometimes you know it all, but knowing putting the NDC price out for domestic market was a win. The customer volumes that were coming through, they were very stable. The adoption was brilliant amongst the travel partners. Third is the most important one, and selfishly speaking, as an airline person, we saw yields improving. So how do you imagine and calculate the wins that come out of NDC? It would always take, it's a lot of thoughts flow into my mind because, I'm existing on both sides. The old world where it would take, and it still takes about, 3 months to 3.5 months to integrate a new payment partner. Is my customer going to wait till I onboard Twint or Paytm or GrabPay in the Far East, or LinePay in Thailand, for example, or WePay in China? Or the customer is just going to find a way to transact and get on and give the business to the airline who is willing to play in those payment channels. In comes, fast forward, IFG, IATA Financial Gateway. You can integrate these new channels really with super speed. It could be anything between 48 to 72 hours, depending upon your API connections on both sides, could be a week maximum, but you're able to get on board, get these new payment channels. My dad was used to using credit cards or walking up to an airline ticket, and by the time he came back, he had his hands red in color of the coupons, right? And now we are dealing with a generation who doesn't know what even a ticket looks like. So we have to be still, unfortunately, be in both places, but we know the pains of existing in both worlds. Today, the world traveling public is getting younger and younger and younger. And if we do not adapt to the places where they want to pay us or use the channels to give us their money, then sadly, as an airline, there's only one losing party in this. So payment and distribution strategy is the cornerstone. Without cash coming through, we airlines have no future. So yes, as a revenue management guy, I was a bit late to wake up because it was a finance guy's problem. But eventually, when the missing money, starts becoming, the pile becomes longer. So you start looking at more and ways to bring the cash in. So that's been learning key and a cornerstone of our distribution strategy now. It was, I was with IATA at this IATA forum in Africa. It was only last week in Addis. So gratitude goes out to IATA and Ethiopian Airlines for hosting us there. The message that comes out very, very clearly to the airlines who haven't started it, my question is, why haven't you started it? It's so clear as a day, but I can imagine from a Oman Air perspective, it's a daunting task, right? Because it could go along, looking at how your distribution contracts are, how you have to negotiate your commercials. It can be a bit overwhelming. The terminologies in use also do not help. But if you look at very simple messages I want to give, NDC will enable to realign your cost structures, realign your transaction costs. It'll put out new products. There are new tech vendors out today who do not want to deal in the legacy technology, but they're giving exciting experiences, exciting products to the customers who are anyway going ahead and buying it from other vendors. So why not us as an airline? So play in that, get on board, run the project at your own speed. You don't need to worry that the big European carriers are already 5 years ahead of us, because NDC started off sometime in 2012. We came on board in 2018. So we ran our own speed, we ran our own race. So The partner that we took on was virtually very new. So there was a bit of a risk taking involved, but today, after 4.5 years of that journey, it was risk and time and money and effort well spent. And today we are already crossing early double-digit numbers in terms of our NDC revenue versus our total revenue. So that's an achievement. So that cost would have been at least 15% to 20% higher. So look at it in that perspective. It's worthwhile. Start that journey. The first step is getting yourself to an NDC tech. You can't do it alone if you don't have a big factory, but there is help available. There's help available at IATA. There is help available with Distribution Council. Come and consult with us. We're more than happy to extend our services and at the same time get onto the journey, because that's good for a customer. That's where the customer is going to be trading with you for the next 5, 10, 15 years. We've seen where the direct distribution or going on the web can get us. It can get us to 20%, 30% of the business. It's not going to go to 100%. And we realize the travel partners add a key value in a customer's life. They not only buy an airline ticket, but they help them select hotels, they select them itineraries, experiences, which unfortunately at this moment airlines cannot. We do not aspire to be individual travel itinerary providers. We can provide the mechanism, and the travel partners at some point in time, when the offer and order management system is ready, we'll be ready to absorb such content on. So that shows the airline commitment to work with our travel partners. If they have a content, our platform will be so open, and I'm not saying only Oman Air's platform of an order management platform, but the platform for what we are discussing within the Distribution Council and also at the consortium, it's going to be an open platform. So if you have a content, give us your API, we link up and we offer it to our joint customers. So that's the value of a partnership. So the message is very strong and it's still very simple. We are with you. You have to take us as your friends and not as adversaries.